In this video, I'll guide you through how to create data filters in Google Analytics 4. By the end, you'll know how to exclude things like internal or developer traffic, so your reports focus on real user behavior. We'll go step by step directly inside the Google Analytics interface. First, open your browser and go to analytics.google.com. Make sure you're signed into the correct Google account that has access to the property you want to work with. If you manage multiple properties, double check that you've selected the right one at the top of the screen before you move on. Filters are applied at the property level, so you always want to be sure you're editing the correct place. Once you're in your Google Analytics 4 property, look towards the lower left-hand corner of the screen and click the admin option represented by a little gear icon. This admin area is where you control the configuration of your GA4 property, including data collection settings, user management, and of course, data filters. Take a moment to let the admin page load fully because there are several sections here and you want to be in the right one. In the admin view, look for the section called Data Collection and Modification. Under this section, click on Data Filters. This is the dedicated page where you can see any filters that already exist and where you can create new ones. If you've never set up filters before, this area may be empty or show only system-generated filters. That's perfectly fine. We're going to add a new one. On the Data Filters page, click the button that says Create Filter. This will open a setup panel where you define exactly what kind of traffic you want to include or exclude. Think of this as the control center for fine-tuning which hits are recorded in your reports. Next, you'll need to choose the filter type. In GA4, the most common options you'll see here are filters for developer traffic and internal traffic. Developer traffic is typically used to filter out hits coming from debugging or testing tools, while internal traffic is used to exclude visits from your own team or company network. Choose the option that best matches what you're trying to filter. If your goal is to remove your coworkers' visits from reports, you'd choose internal traffic. If your goal is to remove hits generated while using debug tools, you'd choose developer traffic. Now, type a clear and descriptive data filter name. This is important because later on, you'll want to immediately understand what this filter does. For example, you might name it something like exclude internal office traffic or exclude developer debug traffic. Use wording that anyone on your team could understand without needing extra explanation. Then select the filter operation. This is where you define whether you want to include or exclude the traffic that matches your filter conditions. In most cases, for internal or developer traffic, you'll be excluding that traffic from your reports, so you'd choose an exclude operation. Always pause here and think through the impact. Excluding traffic means it won't appear in your data once the filter is active. After that, choose the filter state. GA4 usually allows options such as testing the filter or fully activating it. Using a testing state first can be a good idea if you want to make sure the filter is working as expected before it permanently affects your data. When you're confident in your setup, you can change the state to fully active so it starts applying to incoming data. Once everything looks correct, go ahead and click Create. Google Analytics will save your new data filter with the settings you've chosen. From this point forward, depending on the filter state and operation, your GA4 property will treat matching traffic according to the rules you've just configured. That's all there is to it. By carefully setting up data filters in Google Analytics 4, you keep your reports cleaner, more accurate, and easier to interpret for real decision making.